Run, hun. Run. Have fun, hun. Fly, hun. That a girl. Enjoy yourself, hun. Look at this beautiful tree. The trees out here are beautiful. One reason is they don't have dogs peeing next to them 24/7. But the trees out here are just like, that one's not doing too hot, but hey team, I love this place so much. You know, I was just, my first girlfriend I met here at a booth, the same place where you come into the park, 47 years ago. You believe that? Hey Nango. Wipe off this. I just love this place. I grew up on this river. Can't believe I'm still alive. I can't believe how many dogs I've had either that I brought out to this same place. That's one thing, you consider your own mortality. This is probably my last dog. There's a chance that Daisy could outlive me. Not if she goes pee-pee on the hardwood floor though. Beautiful day today. Not too hot. Still not feeling too hot. I'm gonna try and get something done today though, one way or the other. Good girl, hon. Have fun, hon. Enjoy yourself. You know, as you guys can tell, this water is much different than where I live. This is a mud bottom, that's why. Instead of sand and spring fed. And you see there's a lot of runoff, which creates a lot of this weed growth. Well, what the hell are you gonna do? It's not perfect. It's a hell of a lot cleaner than it was when I was a kid here. Yep. I had a lot of good times here. Nobody's ever hardly out here, which is what I like about it. $40 a year or something like that. Hey Team Soars, how you doing? I can already tell notices didn't go out. I can tell when I get on here. But it's working better than it had. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. Not a lot. I don't have a fever. Just run down, I think. So you can see where the raccoons are walking around here at night. Good girl, hon. That a girl. How you doing, Spelling Bee? Hey, Nango. Daisy's in a good mood. You feeling good? Feeling good, hon? Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I mean, I do consider my dog a priority, believe it or not. Such a good dog, no troubles. I got up like at 4 o'clock in the morning, went and checked my messages. You know, made sure I deleted about 100 nasty comments. And she got out of bed and crawled up on my lap. She's in a good mood today. I know why, because it's cooler. You know, this is good weather for her. Hey Penny, how you doing? Hey Graphic, how you doing? Yeah, I know it. I'm a freak of nature though. Good, Penny, doing pretty well. Nice day here today. I spilled a beer when I was laying in bed last night, and it got on my mattress. I cleaned it all off. This is a great day. Nobody out here. Hey Ann, how you doing? I haven't handed out one thing yet. Just didn't feel good enough. This stuff's gonna get handed out. I'm not going home till it all gets handed out, every single bit. So for anybody out there worrying about whatever it is they sent not get delivered, you can scrap that because it's gonna get delivered. I'm not going home with anything. Those are $4. Thanks, Lori. Nah, I feel a little better, not a lot. I forced myself to eat a breakfast just so, you know, I'd have like nutrition, but I think I'm just burned out, to be honest with you. I mean, I wish I wasn't burned out, but I think it just kind of happens. '63, Margot. Wow. Yeah, but he's not a freak of nature like me, Margot. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better, Ann. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, crazy as it sounds, it is kind of like my vacation, you know, doing this. I consider it a vacation. I got my Daisy with me. Yeah, hon, huh? Daisy's just hanging out in the cool. Aren't you, hon? Feel good, hon? Yeah, hon. Good girl. You feel good, hon? Huh? Just hanging out? Huh? Yeah, hon. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. You feeling good, huh? You feeling good today? Good girl, huh? Wow. You a good girl? Huh? No, I can provide help. You can't speak for all of them. You don't know what I do and what I don't do. And I never claim to come down here to save people. If I can help them, I will. That's not totally true. You're not an expert either. Hey, Viva. Better than what you're doing, I bet. Which is nothing. You know, I tell these people all the time on here, you know, I'm not trying to win a popularity contest. Except with Daisy. Yeah, she's just an old dyke with nothing to do. You'll say, well, what does a dyke have to do with it? Well, nothing really, except she reminds me of my sister. So there is a connection. Just a negative old bitch runs around the internet trying to piss people off all day. Because you're not capable of making that kind of judgment, Mona Lisa bitchin' old lady. Get out of here. Hey Philip, how you doing? No, she can, baby cakes. Well, I think I'm gonna just stay out here for a little bit. Let Daisy get a good run around. Then I will head to Detroit. You're right, baby cakes. Hey Toys Treasures, how are you? Yeah, I got plenty of fluids. Better believe I do. Mainly beer. Yeah, I took some vitamins. I gotta get some more vitamins today. Yeah. What a great day out here today. Nice and cool too. Instead of that 90-degree broiler stuff. No, you know, when it's this cool out, I mean, Daisy, if she had her druthers, would rather not go swimming. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, but I do it to cool her off. But it's not that hot. She's not even panting today. She's just enjoying life. Yeah, hon. Oh, yeah, hon. Daisy is enjoying life. Oh, shut up, Katrina. Why don't you get out of here and go cause some trouble someplace else? You absolute moron. And get your IQ tested instead of your COVID. Because there's something seriously wrong with you. You have no idea what I do out here. And I got an idea what you do. Start trouble and cause negative feelings wherever you go. So why don't you beat it? Mona, get lost. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I look for him, God's child. Hey, Jane. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd have been a friend. I'd have been a friend to you. Hey, Jay. What's going on? That girl, hon. Yeah, I tried to ignore him. Yeah, I mean, it's so weird. There's so many people out there that just like to be bad apples. Oh, good, hon. I'll tell you, as you guys know this already, but things have changed so much. You know, restaurants close at 5, even though it's their busy time of the year. Hardly any planes landing uh, at the airport. Yeah, give me an example on that, God's child. Yeah, I mean, I like Becky, and whoever doesn't like the idea that I like Becky, go to hell. I mean, with a big, giant flame in H. I mean, a monster, like 12-foot letters. There's no way anybody's gonna affect what I do for Becky or try to do. I'm gonna get her a 2-story tent. Oh, thank you, Lori. What do you want me to do to it? Amanda's doing fine. Got off drugs in a new relationship, working full time, and living in Ohio. She's doing excellent. Thank you, Lori. No, and to tell you the truth, I mean, that's a fair question. What do I do off camera? That's a good question. And I can tell you this, nothing. Any interaction I have with people regarding interviews is all recorded. It is. Yep, we're not meeting and there's things I'm leaving out or having these long discussions that you don't know about. It's just kind of evolved that way, and that's the way I want to keep it. I want to keep it above board, straight up. I haven't had to whore myself out. The only sponsorship I got offered was GoPro, and I turned that down. So I can afford to tell the truth. Let me give you an example. Once in a while, you'll run into people that are really intelligent. They pick up things, they have a lot of etiquette. And I've noticed that the place where I get breakfast, near where I stay at my hotel, and this is just a first class run outfit, from the design inside to the way they run the restaurant. And there's a lady there, and I don't know if it's the guy's wife or what, doesn't matter. And I watch her interact with people. She's got a lot of etiquette. She says the perfect thing. She's just an absolute fantastic person to be at that restaurant during the daytime. But you run into exceptional people like this sometimes and appreciate the gifts they have and the way that they get through this world. And I talked to her for about 5 minutes today. Normally I don't talk, and told her I try and plug the restaurant whatever I can, but just nice to have that kind of interaction with a total stranger. Where, if they had crappy food, I'd tell you that too. But I just am able to just tell it like it is. Of course, it's my opinion, which is always going to be biased. But I try to give people a straight up fair shake. Hey, Mark. Yep. So I'm not exactly feeling 100%, but I am feeling better. Yeah, it's just I know I repeat myself a lot, but part of the reason is that it's because I'm old. The second reason is I'm tired. And the third reason is there's always different people logging on and logging off that don't know this yet. You know what I mean? So that's why I say things sometimes, because I've never seen their name and I'm just trying to explain it away. You know? Hey, Darcy. I'm going to probably see Sharon today. Sharon, I got you that stuff from that guy the other night, too. Remind me to give that to you, because it's not in a regular box. Oh, yeah, Sharon's great. Lately, it's weird how, there's really no way of figuring out this YouTube thing, but I mean, I haven't changed up my why, to be honest with you. I get in hundreds of comments on videos that are 5 years old. It's weird. Yeah, I haven't been feeling too good. Demotivation caused by oh my God, no. No shit, huh? No, I don't fool around with those gummies too much. Maybe 2.25, 2.5 milligrams here and there. It's funny you should mention that, though, because I'm aware of that, and you may be right on that, because maybe it isn't a specific amount. It's just whether or not you use it or not. That's a good point on that. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll tell you what else is interesting, and this is one thing that I don't know too much about yet, and that they talk about a THC hangover, and obviously that would be when you've taken too much THC in, let's say, an edible. But to me, it seems like it's either not enough or you took too much. It's never just right. And I can't believe that you could have that feeling the next day after just 2.5 milligrams in a gummy. It's... But you're probably right on that. Oh, okay, Henry, yeah. I got a lot of water, that's for sure. The way this park's set up, they take 0.5%. income tax from everybody that lives in like the region, and that's how they're able. But whoever thought this, Huron Valley Metro Clinton Parks, but man, I'll tell you, I thank them for it because this would more likely be a subdivision or a shopping mall by now without somebody's intervention. Yeah, well, you can tell. I mean, it's more of a behavioral uh, incident as opposed to how they look. It just goes to show you that, the psychological profile of someone has nothing to do with their physical appearance. And when you look into addiction, you get, super attractive people to not so good attractive people, but it's all the mind. That's a strong calling addiction. It's weird. There's a lot of good looking people I run into addicted. It's crazy. I mean, but, it also makes sense. Hey, Jade. Gummies are an edible form of marijuana. Yeah, just like a brownie would be, or even a drop, like a Rick Simpson oil. Yeah, yep, butter. They make that too, yeah? Yeah, it is, Philip, yep. What's the deal on that over there, Philip? Is it legal, illegal? What's going on with that edibles over there in Austria? Hey, Jade. No, but I mean, to say that drugs don't discriminate, how could they? It's a chemical substance. Discrimination's based on a behavior-based model. I mean, it sounds catchy and cool, but doesn't make any sense. Oh, thank you, Darcy. Oh, were you? How'd you get off the booze there, stimuli? Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's a good idea, Shannon. Hey, Terry. There's the world's greatest vehicle in the background, the Astro van. Oh, okay, Terry. You been getting more subscribers? Hey, Brenda. Good. I haven't used my metal detector one time this year. Yeah, a little bit. Thanks. You ever been in an Astro van, Amber? Hey, Philip, do you know that? I mean, I know Austria is a big country. I mean, not like the United States, but there's a guy on there that I mentioned this before. It's called the Turboprop channel. He's some guy that owns a company that makes these fireproof doors. But look that up on YouTube and see if you're familiar with that place. It's like Lochner Airport or something. He's got a bunch of kick-ass airplanes. Always got a bunch of young, good-looking women with him flying all over the place. But it looks like he's got a hell of a business. Uh, Check that out, Lochner Field in Austria. It's called the Turboprop channel. He hasn't been putting up videos like he used to, so I don't know whether business went south or something happened or what. No, not really. No, I found some old bullets and stuff. If you're going out trying to make money on a metal detector, I got news for you. I'm not the. I have like looked for rings and stuff that people lost them, but I'd give them back to them if I found them. I'm looking for the oddball stuff out in the middle of nowhere, like where people lived 200 years ago. I'm not looking for somebody's wedding band or their high school class ring or any of that kind of crap. So to answer your question, no, I have not. No, he seems like he's got one hell of a business, man. It's like a dream airport. Although when you're taking off to what looks like the south to me, and I'm only basing that on the deck angle from the sun sometimes, I could be wrong. I never looked it up. But he's got a hell of a setup there. But even though he's got a kick-ass airplane, you got a loaded turboprop full of people. But those are short takeoff and landing airplanes that he has. But that takes some balls to firewall that thing heading downhill. And once you clear that berm, I sure hope the engine's turning because you don't really have too many good places to land. All right, Terry. Oh, Kenosha, okay. See you later, Terry. I found some belt buckles, old bullets. From what I can tell, it takes about 100 years for a coin to be dropped on the ground and to go about 6 inches down in the dirt. And it looks to me like topsoil takes about 80 years to form, legit topsoil, just based on where I've found things. Yeah, I mean, it's still fun to go out. I mean, you get better at it. I mean, recognizing tones and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, you never really know for sure. The really good stuff is deeper than I'm willing to dig. Let me tell you, out looking, digging up stuff while you have a metal detector will wear your ass out in no time. That's why I take a shovel instead of one of those little bullshit scoops. You'll be there all day digging. It's one thing taking one of those gardener shovels, those handheld deals. It's another thing when you got to dig 2 feet down. Yeah, it's cool to find coins. I mean, you get excited whenever you find something old and cool like that. But the fact of the matter is, most coins that you're going to find with a metal detector are crap. They've deteriorated. They're not valuable coins to begin with. It's not like you're finding great stuff. Coin collectors are very particular. And the kind you're going to find in a place like this, or maybe 100 years old, big deal, all corroded, scratched up. I mean, it's a fun factor is high, but as far as the value, it's very low. Yeah, post hole digger. How you feeling today, Mark? Yeah. Daisy's just sitting under a table enjoying herself. This is rest and relaxation for Daisy. She might see a squirrel run across. She's not panting. This is a good day, isn't it, Daisy? Yeah, hon. Good girl. Yeah, I don't really like, looking for coins that much. I'm just like looking for like weird things, like old homesteads. I mean, they say that back in the day, a lot of people buried their coins at the corner post of a large plat of land, and I've actually got the old land plat maps from where I lived and went back and searched homesteads that were like 100 to 150 years old. And honestly, the problem is if that's true and that's where people buried coins, they buried them deeper than where I'm willing to dig to. All you got to do is dig up a couple pop cans that are 2 feet deep, and that will demotivate you in such a big way. I'm looking for the 6 to 12 inch under the ground, and it better be a hell of a signal, or I'm not even going to start digging. It's easy to get burned out metal detecting, and I'm not a kind of guy that wants to go to a beach and look for somebody's diamond ring. I mean, I will if I could help them and give it back to them, but I'm not. It doesn't excite me to just do something for money. It's just too boring. No, I'm here. I'm going to see Sherry again. I haven't seen her, but I know people that have. Yeah. Yep, Sherry's still there. Yep. Through the course of my travels, I've run into other people that do other things in the same areas that I go in. Needle exchange, food, resources, hygiene stuff, blah blah blah. And they keep me up with tabs on what's going on with people that I've interviewed. Oh yeah, you'll do that a lot. I mean, that's why a lot of people, if you go to the Barnes and Noble and you look up a magazine on metal detecting, they're gonna make it look like you can quit your job and you're just gonna be able to go out and dig up all this cool stuff. It doesn't really work that way. Not in my experience. Just like buying out old storage units. Everybody thinks they're going to get rich, but the reality of it is, you better do it because you enjoy it, because making actual money is pretty remote. This guy better not be staring at my Astro van. No, I do a lot of walking. I get exercise. Yeah, meteorites. No, I had couple. I had some pretty decent meteorites. Nothing great. Nothing from the moon or from Jupiter. But I sold them for one. I sold for $2,000, and one I sold for 1,300. It was a Seacoat Allen meteorite, that huge fall in the Soviet Union in 1947. They're fairly common, but if you see one in hand, it's an impressive specimen. I got out of collecting everything about 3 years ago. I don't collect anything anymore. Now I'm just gonna do my YouTube, and I'm gonna start writing more. I used to write a lot more, and I want to start reading more. I'm gonna do that this winter, and then I want to really get down and use some of the resources of the people that have come along and joined the channel to really maybe come up with a plan B for some of these people. All these parking spots, and this guy's got a dick around out here backing up and going forward right next to me. I hope it's one of these guys that's always giving me these threats on YouTube, so I can give him a good beating on film for you to watch. Darcy, where are you located? I mean, it's just a little weird. You've got all this space, three main areas like where I'm parked, and here a guy's got to come park right next to me in the middle of nowhere. It's just weird. Oh, Pueblo. All right, nice. That's it, Goober. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. But I got the Daisy over here. It looks fishy to you? Yeah, I mean, maybe it's somebody fishing. But it is weird, I agree. You're right, Philip. Philip, look up that channel, will you? See if you know that guy or know of that guy. Turboprop channel. And look at that airport that he owns, where he lives there too. They make those fireproof doors. Well, I'm wondering if you ever heard of him. Oh yeah, I got a secret weapon, big time. I got a secret weapon. No problem. If I'm out like doing stuff like this, and you know, it's just not cool if someone just comes up to me and starts asking, "Are you this guy or that guy?" So I'm always like got my radar on. Yeah, Philip, are you familiar with that guy? I mean, he's got a great life, nice business, but maybe that fireproof door thing is in the tank now. I'm just wondering if you've ever heard of him. I'd like to fly around some of those airplanes he has, tell you that, especially up in the mountains. Yeah, I'm going to see Sharon today, actually. I'll see Sharon today. This is just an old guy and an old lady with a, looks like they got a map. See, this is how your mind works. You start filling in the blanks about weirdos and gay guys and stalkers and chosen one haters, and here it's just an old couple going for a walk. That's how your mind can trick you sometimes. Yeah, no, I mean, I've had a pilot's license for like 40 years, and I like drones a little, not a lot. They're heavily restricted. You can't hardly fly them anywhere. And everybody I know that's got one, it's kind of like a metal detector. They fly it over their house, and they, buzz it around the neighborhood, and then it goes in the closet, and you never see it again. I mean, I've done so much flying and skydiving and stuff like that that image from above doesn't really done the 32nd floor when I live in. Honestly, I found that I like being on the ground level, being rather than being up high. I want to see what's going on. I don't want to be up like getting the bald eagle's view. You're right, Johnny Pie. Yep. Oh, no kidding, Amber. Yeah, my dad had never been in an airplane. My parents were afraid of everything, heights, uh, being in an airplane, even if it didn't take off, water. My dad never almost drowned as a kid, and you couldn't get him within a mile of water. I always suspected I could have been a product of the landlord. My sister said my mom was having an affair with the landlord because I'm so much different than my parents in a lot of ways. I got my mom's personality. So, but I'd have 50% of that anyway. It's the other 50% I'm worried about. Oh, you're talking about Kelly? Yeah, I don't really know if they got that or not, you know. I mean, houses are expensive. I mean, if they gave them to you, they've really kind of set up a low benchmark. I mean, any house you're getting for $1,000, you better have some kind of resources. Like if they get a house, hey, I'd be more than willing to set them up a GoFundMe or get a bunch of people that are in the skilled trades that would come down and try and help them get set up in a place to live. It'd be fun. Whether it's Kelly and Sarah or Becky and whoever, be fine with me. Yeah, I like Becky. Becky's cool. People think Becky's a woman with a heavy substance abuse issue, and there's a lot that comes along with that. But I got to know Becky. Glad I did. Appreciate the relationship. Nothing's going to change it. Yeah, it's crazy now. I don't know how these young people, even when times were good, I got lucky. I mean, I started a business, and I went from rags to riches. No shit, in about 5 years. Honest to God, I paid all my stuff off. I mean, I never thought I was going to be in that position. But prior to that happening, I remember thinking, how am I ever going to save up enough money for a down payment on a house, plus live and do fun things like go to see a movie, take vacations? Well, it ended up happening, but man, it was a very finite period in my life. There are people that are really good at saving money and just living this Spartan lifestyle, and I just could never do that. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to spend money and go do things. I didn't want to be saving every damn dime I had just for some stupid ass house. Real estate ended up working out for me, but it was more shit luck than it was any kind of business plan. Oh yeah, baby love. Any way I could do to help you. But as I've said on here before, there are people that would happily shove it up my ass for helping somebody out with Rick Simpson's oil. Now I can't believe that the government would go to the trouble of hassling a guy like me when I'm giving something. It's not like I'm sending him a pound of marijuana. If I can get a hold of some Rick Simpson's oil and somebody has rheumatoid arthritis and it helps them, well, I'm not going to say on here I'm going to do it, but I don't think it takes a surgeon to realize that I'm into helping people out if I can. I've been lucky in a lot of ways, especially that bullet I dodged about 3 years ago. Yeah, man, it was a like big get out of jail free card, totally. And don't think that I'm not aware of that. It's hard to believe you could get in a position in life where you couldn't even get yourself out of a mental quagmire. I've said all along, if it wasn't for an estranged wife, I wouldn't be talking to you. And you'd think like I'd want to throw her a parade or be super appreciative or like be emotional about it. I'm really not. I mean, it worked out that way. I thank her for it, but I've moved on. But I'm also in the back of my mind know that without that kink in the road, it wouldn't have been a good outcome. So I'm lucky. And I mean, I've been kind of this way my whole life anyway. But I think running into people like Becky and other people and Maddie, it's the same shit that I suffered from minus the drugs. So I think I identify with them. I may be wrong on all of it, but I don't think you have to be there to empathize and experience how they feel. So, even prior to YouTube, I'm the same way. Yeah. Hey, George. Yeah, chronic depression is what it was. Yeah. Yeah. Depression. Yeah. People think like if you look at that one video where my hands are up and the police pulled me over, I uploaded that video. I don't keep any secrets from anybody. I really don't. And I would say that if I made two lists of things that I should have told people and shouldn't have told people, I don't think there'd be that much difference. In other words, when I have something happen and I tell somebody about it, whether it's good or whether it's bad, I'm still going to tell you about it. And I don't really consider it bad. Believe me, if I could have avoided that, I would have. Hey, Mark. Oh, good for you, Darcy. Wow. Hey, Heather. So, it's funny how stuff just like this YouTube thing has been, Sharon's doing great. Like this YouTube thing has been fun and you interact with people. There's that couple right there. I got a little nap and everything. YouTube's a lot of fun. I mean, I wouldn't have any social life without it. Which would be fine because I wouldn't be hanging around people that had the same common interest. I really thank YouTube for like this whole deal, shebang, because now rather than people can be out there and struggling, the dots can get connected by private interests, like with you guys and me, and getting to know them. And before, you were just absolutely screwed. It was they were in jail or out of jail, or they were out there and nobody knew about it. So I really do thank YouTube about this, about helping me with this so much, because now if there's a bad cop out there, the Michigan State Police are doing some bullshit because you challenged one of their nutty officers for pulling you over for nothing. You can put that out there now and people can ascertain their own feelings towards it. They can make their own decisions, where before, if it wasn't in a newspaper or on a television show, you were screwed. There were people getting bent over left and right. And the good news is people have been able to see women like Becky and Maddie that are out there, and you've got to see their day-to-day lives, and you've got to get to know them. And that's good, because it's just not all a bunch of like losers at all. It's quite the opposite. So YouTube has really opened up a huge market for people to be able to do whatever it is they feel like doing in a private manner. You don't need to go through UNICEF. You don't need to donate to some organization you don't know much about. You can help these people directly. And that's great. Hey, Sean. No, I am so glad. I'm so glad for the internet. People say, well, technology, yeah, you can say whatever you want about the internet, but a guy like me, like an ADHD guy, the internet has been everything to me. I can be looking at Pornhub 1 second and the Weather Channel the next. It doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, well, I think part of the civil unrest we have now is that, you can get on a YouTube channel and you can go out and you can get it right from the horse's mouth. It's not all watered down, there's no political agenda. And that is very valuable, you know? Oh, thank you, Philip. I appreciate it. But, Philip, you're a smart guy. As you know, look, I take no uh, responsibility for the shit luck that I've had at getting people to watch my channel because it was never any game plan. It just kind of happened. So it's just like sports stars and fans. If you didn't have the fans, what good would it be to be a sports star? So if you didn't have people intermingling in a common interest to like help people like this, that it wouldn't mean shit to begin with. Really, it's the subject matter that drew the channel together. It was Angel, Penny, people like Becky, Tassie. If you took out the working girl interviews, I would have no channel. I know this. So it's nothing that I did. It's the compelling nature of these interesting stories that drives the whole damn deal. It really is. I know this. I haven't. My channel is like, as grassroots, amateur, half-assed as you can get. Hardly any editing, flinging things up left and right. Yeah, I think so, Johnny Pie. I think so. And it could have been, I could be watching your channel just as easy. I mean, there's nothing that I've done that's unique. It says spank this dog's butt. Hi, hon. You feeling good today, aren't you? Wow. You having fun, huh? Not hot today, huh? So, believe me, if I ever get a boat, that's what I'm going to put on the back of it. Shit luck. YouTube has been my psychological musical chairs. Just they turned the song off, and I sat down, and there was a chair. My claim to fame is not having anything else to do. Hey, heretical. No, I'm not gonna. Daisy likes women. She doesn't love it, and when it's not hot, I don't do it because I know she's not loving it. And she's not even panting today. Yeah, she knows she got a little bit of an omelet today. Anybody in Michigan? Did anybody win the Lotto 47? I hope it's me. See all the raccoon prints? Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, sure is. Yep. Wow. Wow, look at that good girl. Look at that Daisy. Wow. Yeah, it's a great park. You ever come over here, Alana? Great, great omelet. Oh, no kidding, Sam. Wow. Yeah, she's perky because it's nice and cool today. Well, not like cool, cool. What, hon? You want to go swimming? You want to go swimming, hon? You want to go swimming? Daisy gets bored quick. You want to go walking around a little bit? Okay, we walk. Come on. So, and I tell people all the time, Philip, you should do this. I tell people all the time, look, YouTube's a fickle company. Even though I love them and they've really helped me a lot, allow me to do this. You never know where they're coming from. I mean, you never really get the green light for anything. You're always on edge about uploading something, even though you've checked the terms of service and you've made sure there are videos just like yours that are already uploaded. You never really know when they're going to come down on you for some crazy, vague, nebulous bullshit. So I tell people all the time, you guys should start your own channels. I mean, it takes forever to start a channel. I got in like a little early, but I can't imagine if something happened to my channel now and I had to start over, you'd probably never hear from me again. So the point here is, if you're thinking of a channel or you like this kind of stuff, start your own channel. Put links to your channel on my videos. I'll approve them. I'd try and get anybody going as good as I could. You know, everybody thinks it's such a great thing that I promote other people's channels. It's really not. I mean, I realize I got lucky. It's not like I've got some great skill or ability. I just got shit lucky. When they turned the music off, I sat down, there was a chair, and if that can help your channel, I'm all for it. Because it's hard to start a channel without someone pushing you. Or a video of an airplane crashing and nobody else was there. I mean, there's nothing worse than some guy or some person that got lucky and they're going to bestow their greatness on you. I mean, it's such a turnoff when people brag about what they did or what they're going to do or what they used to do, or I'm going to allow you to post your videos on my channel. Luckily, I'm just not that kind of asshole. Not yet, anyway. Hope I stay this way, but I'm lucky that I think the way I do. I'm thankful for it because it's just, either you do or you don't. I don't know why I'm this way, but I'm glad that I am. I had an omelet. I had an omelet today. I didn't really want one. Oh, is that right, Sean? Yeah, I think you need I can remember when a guy told me at Tim Hortons about 7 years ago or so. He said, man, 100 subscribers. That's a lot. And I remember thinking, yeah, wow, no kidding, huh? Back then you really didn't have too much to compare it to. And then I remember seeing a guy one time with like 1,000 videos uploaded. And I thought, my God, man, how could you have that many videos uploaded? And then all this time goes by. And if I'd have had YouTube since I was like 18, I'd have like so much great stuff on there. A lot of flying, aviation stuff. But I'm glad that I was able to get in on it at all. Hey Warren, yeah, I mean, if I could give you subscribers, if I could give people subscribers, I'd give them out to you. I'd give you 1,000 subscribers, no problem. Because that's what you got to get recommended now or make money or something. But, when you're starting out on YouTube, see, I never really gave a shit because I was just having fun and I never really paid attention, God, are my subscribers up? Am I getting more views? It never really was interesting to me because I was going to upload this stuff no matter what. But now that, I understand about channels and the popularity of YouTube, I know what people are going through and they've got this idea in mind of where they'd like to see their channel. Man, it's hard to do, I'm telling you that. I hope you're lucky because that's all that I was, lucky. Yeah, I'd help you out on your channel. Yeah, it is green, George, yep. I'd help people out because it's so hard to get a channel going, where anybody's watching. I mean, and honestly, in theory, you would think everybody wants to know how many subscribers you have. You know, honestly, if you had 0 subscribers, you could still have a great channel because it's really people who watch your videos, not subscribers. I figured this out the other day. I think I got 100 and what? I don't know, 130,000 or 140,000 subscribers, something like that. Well, I figured out that there are 3 times the people that watch the videos that are not subscribers. And I know why they're not subscribers, because a lot of people get pissed that I upload videos about hamburgers and hummus and watermelon drinks and roasted corn. So they don't want to subscribe because they don't want to wake up in the morning after I've come back from Detroit and in their mind have 25 videos that are pure bullshit about things they're not interested in. If I was going to run it as a business, I would only do interviews. I wouldn't do anything else. But, I've said all along, I'm doing the same thing now that I did when I first started. It's like a private channel with public access. If they watch, great. But I never encourage sharing, thumbs up, subscribe, and none of that bullshit. When I go on a video and they start talking about hit the thumbs up, it just turns me off so bad. Or subscribing or sharing. Oh my God, I get a headache. I see they're chaining these picnic tables down now. They never used to do that. That is interesting. I don't know whether that's because they don't want them spread out or people have been stealing them, which I kind of doubt because there's a lot of singles around. Huh. Too quiet where? Yeah, who cares what you think? Male efficient. I know why you don't have any though, because you're a big asshole. But I know doors close on you wherever you go. And it really must piss you off when you get on here. I can't help that. But you're going to be going bye-bye in a couple seconds. You're going to have to make up a new ID because I'm going to block your stupid ass. You moron. No, this isn't the only park. There's a bunch of these around here. Nobody's hardly ever at them. That's what I like about them. But the reason that nobody's here is because there's no wave pool. You're not going to get an ice cream sundae here. There's no slide, no swings. I've been coming here since before it was a park. And that's how it always is. That's what I like about it. I mean, I live 200 miles away and I have an annual pass. Oh, it is a beautiful day, Julie. Yep. No, I don't think the virus has anything. These parks are always like this. Mike, you live down around here. Don't you have a yearly pass? Oh, thank you, Sam. Daisy's right there. She's an expert at seeking out the shade. This is called Willow Park where I'm at. It's in Huron Township. Willow Park. Yep. But these are the most fantastic parks. The clouds lately have been great. I stopped off. I got a few. Here's another thing. Now, I know when I take videos of airplanes, nobody really likes them too much. But I do it because I like it. I love planes. But man, these airports are slow. Hey, but back to this YouTube stuff. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Oh, thank you, Johnner. Yeah, Johnner, you got the wrench. You know how to do it. You know how to do it. This is an old picnic table. None of them are varnished. If you get Walmanized wood, you're better off just not putting anything on it, including decks. Yeah, air shows. I got this new camera equipment, and I do like aviation. Here's a weird thing. I've been flying. Well, I haven't been flying in about 20 years. I think the last time I flew a plane was like 10 years ago. Once I lose interest in something, I'm kind of done with it. And this sounds crazy, but believe it or not, I'd rather watch planes take off and land, take photos of airplanes, than fly them. I kind of always thought I was that way, and now I'm sure of it. But at the time, I wasn't going to get access to that stuff if I didn't get in the hobby. Planes only dump fuel when they're going to make an emergency landing. It does happen, but not very often. You got to. Your landing weight's too heavy for the runway, especially if you just took off. But, dumping fuel creates a mess. It's a big deal now. You dump fuel in an airline, man, and God knows what kind of paperwork and cleanup costs are going to be. I mean, it's a last resort. Nah, I'm just sick of flying. It doesn't really interest me. Once you have it in the United States, once you have your pilot's license, you always have it. What I would have to do is get current again, which would mean to go take a biennial flight review, go up, make sure I knew the airspace, get my medical updated, and do 3 takeoffs, full stop landings, and I'd be good to go again. It's kind of like riding a bike. I'm sure I'm rusty, but if you gave me the keys to any, typical single engine airplane now, I'm sure I could get off and land without crashing it. It may not be the prettiest flying in the world, but it's like I said, it's kind of like riding a bike. Oh, there's going to be new interviews. Yep, I haven't done any yet, but I'm going to, because I don't really have, I can stay down here as long as I need to. Daisy just wants to hang out today. Daisy said, "This is great." Hi, hon. You want up here, hon? You want up here with Dad? Okay, come here. Want to get up there? Want to get up there? Go on. No, I did not get my commercial. Nope. Yeah, it's a good shady spot. Lonnie, you ought to get the park pass out here and come out here. These are nice parks all year long. Oh, are they really? Yeah, I haven't been to New York City in a while. I like to get out there, though. Yeah, I'll do a live stream later. Yep. Yep. I will. See, I got my camera set up at my house, and I don't have that with me, and there'd be no place to do it anyway. That's why either it's a live like this, or there is none, because I can't do it from my laptop in my hotel room. So that's why I'm doing them like I'm doing. Hey, last chance. No, I sent that new phone back. Didn't work for shit. Actually, it's kind of funny. I got this old S7, and I threw away the case because I don't give a shit about it anymore. I don't have insurance on it. It's not worth anything, and it's actually kind of fun to not worry about dropping a damn cell phone. Now, August 4th, the new prices were supposed to come out on the phones, and it didn't look like that happened for some reason. So I am going to order a new phone, but I haven't done it yet. See, my problem is I've got decent camera equipment, so I don't really need the great camera on a cell phone, but yet I want a good phone with good internet access. So, I need kind of a hybrid phone, and there really isn't one that fits the bill perfectly. Oh yeah, Lana. Yep, that's right. Yep, Old Willow Church. Yeah. Oh, EAA, yeah, I went to the EAA a ton of times, man. I think the last time I was at the EAA was, shit, let me think about this. I bet it was like 2001 or something. I flew a 172 from Ann Arbor over there. Yeah, that's got to really kill that economy up there. I love Appleton and that whole area. I do want to go to the EAA meeting, Sun and Fun. You know, I've done that with boats and cars and all sorts of shit, antique Civil War letters, Abraham Lincoln images. Once I decide to leave something, that's it. You know. So now I'm like into my YouTube. I like that, and I like fooling around with this photography. Take my days. Believe it or not, I couldn't be happier with my day-to-day activities. I stay up late and sleep in every day. Yeah, it's funny you should say that, Mike, because that's what I was thinking of getting Tiffany too. She wants to get a Note 10. And you know, for a while they were offering deals. You buy one, you get one free, that kind of thing. And I looked up, like I said, August 4th should have been the day when the prices should have dropped, and I really couldn't find any new price drops. Yeah. I mean, I keep saying I'm going to work, but I probably won't work anymore. Yeah, you know, I got Daisy a hamburger last night, and they were all out of slushies at the McDonald's. That McDonald's on Merriman Road in Romulus is the absolute worst McDonald's there ever is. The second worst one is on Michigan, west of Telegraph. How these places stay in business is a mystery. They're always out of stuff. They're super slow. It's just a mess. Nah, Lana, not really. Nope. I mean, I like nature and stuff like that, but I don't want to be sitting out 12 hours trying to get some bird sitting on a branch. I'll do it if I'm there and it's available, but I'm not one of these crazies that, you know, wants to sit out there in a pup tent for a week trying to get a bird sitting on an egg. I mean, I may do it someday, you know, because I got a pretty good. I may do it someday, but it's not something that like really interests me that much because, you know, the animals are caged up, and that's not cool, and I don't know. Yeah, she's into animals. Yep. Yeah, well, Rambling Ruthie, I can tell you right now, good cameras make good images. I've fooled around with cameras my whole life, and I never really bought an expensive one like I did this last time. But you can absolutely know nothing about photography and just take the most best images ever right now on a fully automatic mode. You know, I learned Photoshop and Lightroom enough to. I don't do anything but look through the hole and push the button. See, if you're into photography, if you appreciate it, if you've been holding off and you just, for whatever reason, haven't taken the plunge, go out and buy a Nikon, get a used one with a low shutter count. That's what I did. All my stuff, other than my 500 millimeter lens, is used. And the reason that I bought that one new is because they were selling used what a brand new one was selling for with a rebate, so I just went ahead and bought it. But I buy all my stuff used. Go out and get yourself, if you like photography, a Nikon D850. I could tell you what lens you need. You can get by with one lens, even though I've got all of them. And you will take great photos forever. And you'll be able to print large because it's a 46 megapixel image, which is huge. You could print wallpaper and it would not lose any resolution. If you like photos, you want a good camera, get a Nikon D850. To know that he looks amazing, but there are 16-year-old club fighters that would beat Mike Tyson and Roy Jones to death. When you're getting into a legit fighting at a professional level, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are totally washed up. Love the guys. They both are Hall of Fame fighters, but their ship is set. It's a clown fest now. It's not legitimate world class fighting. They ought to make them put on clown suits because it's not at all professional fighting. It's actually embarrassing to the sport of boxing. No, Stephanie, you don't need to take any classes. No, that's another myth. No, you don't need to take any classes. Photography is so easy, especially now with automatic cameras. Like Mary, she's a truck driver, her and her husband. I just sold her all my old camera stuff. And if you, it's like getting into an airline cockpit or airplane cockpit. The first thing people think is, wow, how do you keep track of all this shit? Well, the truth of it is 95% of it, you're looking at it for 2 seconds and it's not part of your day-to-day flight. I mean, you're glancing at it, but you don't know that when you sit in it. Nobody can ever figure out how you can keep up with the communications when you're flying. It's like they think you're some genius. It's like, how do you keep up with this? Well, the way it's not like it looks. I'm expecting them to say a certain thing, so it isn't like it's brand new conversation. I know what I'm trying to do, and they're trying to help me do it. And when you know that already, it's not like it's new communication and you have to decipher the meaning. That's why it's always so short in aviation. People are like using abbreviated words and everybody's knowing what's going on. It's because you're in a system you're familiar with. And photography is like that. If I hand you this Nikon D850, it's like, oh, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to use this. It's like, yeah, you are, because all these buttons, you're going to use them once, and then it's over. It's easy. No, I mean, he looks amazing for a 50-year-old guy, but I'm telling you, there are guys that never fought professionally that would kick Mike Tyson's ass in a street fight. It's different. Nobody should pay a damn dime for him or Roy Jones Jr. I think to keep it from looking like a total clown fest, they're going to call it an exhibition fight to not deface boxing, because it really makes no sense at all. It'd be like having a 50-year-old quarterback in the NFL. He would get taken out in no time. Hey, you guys, my phone's got like 3%, so I think I'm going to be signing off. Tassie's birthday today, but I will be signing on later. Down to 2%. Yeah, that's why, Bev. So you guys have a good day.